Hi, everyone. This is Diana Palm. Today, we're going to be talking about the role of a pet in your life and why it hurts so much when you lose them. So, if you're an animal lover, if you have a bunch of pets, or if you've lost a lot of pets, welcome to today's show on Reconnect. So, we're going to be talking about different pets and their roles to you. I actually have 8 different roles that they may be serving in your life. So, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, I want to let you know that the pets do come into your life for a specific reason. And as a medium, as a healer, I'm able to communicate with pets and find out what that is. But with a little bit of insight on your own behalf, you can determine what role your pet has served in your life. When I've connected with pets in the afterlife, they often tell me the reasons they came to a certain person or a certain family at a specific time. And their roles that they play for you in your life are very significant. Sometimes people think about their pets differently, such as when they lose a pet, and they don't understand that the timing of a pet's death is also significant as to when it came into your life and what role they served for you during that time period. So many people don't open up this topic and talk about it a lot. And I feel that pet loss and those of you that suffer through pet loss, this is a very underserved part of the population. I don't think enough people put enough emphasis on the real grief that you feel when you lose a pet. So that's why I wanted to make this video for you. And if you have questions, I will actually open this up in the chat room. There we go. Sometimes I forget to do that. Okay, I've got it up now. So if you're here with me live, welcome. Feel free to chat along. Okay. So some of the different roles before we go into the 8 specific ones, they do come into your life. And one of the really, really special things that all pets do is they tally up your life experiences and they kind of are the holders of your life experiences, like little recorders. And in terms of doing that, they know what you're going through. They're so intimately involved in your life, your emotions, your heartbreak, your sicknesses, your fears, all of those things, which is why they actually absorb your illnesses. So, no matter what role your pet serves, this is something they all have in common. That's why you'll see sometimes when an owner of a pet gets diabetes or cancer, their pet will have the exact same illness because all illness is a combination of thoughts and beliefs and emotions, all these different things that create the energetic vibration and frequency of a specific illness. And because your pet is so closely attuned to you, they're psychically linked with you and they love you so much. There's a bond there that energetically, they're always trying to heal you. And they're always connected to the wounds that you're holding inside of you and trying to draw those out to help alleviate your pain and suffering. They are 100% always trying to heal you. And what many people don't recognize is that their pets need to be healed frequently because they are the collectors of your unhealed issues. So there's a very special dynamic between pets and the families that love them. I often tell people to spend special time caring for their pet to help them release their own issues and unhealed wounds that their pet has. Even if your pet appears to be healthy, they'll still be absorbing from you at all times. You can do simple energy work with them. Be sure you're getting them outside a lot because the ground itself is very healing for them when they're walking on the earth. So if your pet spends a lot of time indoors, you do want to make sure you get them outside and off streets and sidewalks. You want to get them on the ground, on the earth. That's one of the things that naturally helps clear their bodies. I have also told people to get stones, crystals. The Etheric Weaver is a really wonderful healing instrument that you can use on pets. And it's not a divination tool, but it is a crystal on a metal rope or chain that you can dangle over them. And that actually weaves their etheric body back together and helps release the human's unhealed issues. So that's one of the things that you can do for your pet on a regular basis to keep them energetically clear so that your own issues don't build up in them, creating illness. So keep in mind, your pets are going to do this no matter what roles they have in your life, because the main thing that your pet teaches you is unconditional love. And when you have unconditional love, you're a natural energy absorber because you're not in resistance, you're not blocking, you're not putting up boundaries, you're just loving. And I don't want to say just loving because what a gift. I mean, pets teach us how to love properly because of the way that they love us. And that's a pretty remarkable gift as well. All pets teach us that. Um, when you have a loss with your pet, it is absolutely normal to grieve them. They're part of your family, but even closer yet, especially soulmate pets, but all pets, they get into your heart deeper than even many other people will. And I have a lot of people that are suffering through the loss of a pet, and they'll tell me, I lost this person and this person and this person in my life, but I didn't grieve until I lost my pet, or grieve the same or grieve as deeply because, like I said, there's no resistance to that love. So it's an open channel. You're actually getting more energy of love and this constant feed and stream of love into your life all the time from your pet, where humans walk around much more guarded, much more restricted, and they're not lavishing you with so much energy of love. And that's why the bond goes so deep. So don't feel guilty if you've lost your pet and you grieve them more than you've grieved humans that you've lost. Um, so in all of their time, they also know that they have come to you for a very specific amount of time. They know their lifespan is short. And it always seems to break our heart so much and it seems like a surprise. Like, how come I only got this many years? I wanted a lifetime and I only got this many years. But by the very nature of pets, they have shorter lifespans. And so we have a more limited time to focus on the roles they're playing to us, on the energy of love that we exchange, and all of these different life lessons that they bring into our life. And it is meant to be limited. We are meant to learn and grow and develop so much through each and every experience that we have with our pets. Now, if a pet stayed with us our whole entire life, we would never know the specific significance that they brought into our life. And so they know that their timeline is short, but they also know that the second that they leave the physical plane and you've garnished your lessons and you've brought forward these things and you've evolved and changed and grown and you're more able to love and all these wonderful things, the second they die, they just leave their physical body and they know they're still with you. So they do understand the afterlife, not in the way that humans understand it. We always think it's connected to religion, but it's actually a natural law. So they come into the physical to participate in your life and to teach you these things and to serve you. And then they leave the physical, but their spirit does stay with you. In fact, I've seen this so many times when people have to put a pet down. And once they leave the vet's office, they're in tears and they're sobbing and they're heartbroken and they go home and their pet that they just put down at the vet's office is already at home waiting for them in spirit. So they beat you home. They are like so on it. And they see you sad and they see you cry and they're trying to lick away your tears and comfort you and do all the things that they did when they were in a physical body. And most of the time, you can't feel them, you can't sense them. So I want to encourage you to open up to that. I want to encourage you to realize that their physical time with you is over, but their spiritual time with you lasts forever. It's a soul contract when you are loving a pet and bringing a pet into your home and family. They always stay with you in the afterlife. So, recognizing that, looking for signs and symbols, being open to scent or to hearing them, anything like that, that you can validate and say, oh my God, they did come home with me. They are still here. those are really significant to your pet on the other side too. And what they really want to see is that the role that they served for you in life when they were physical, that it actually moved you forward. They want to see that their time with you was well spent. They feel very proud of what they do for you. They feel very proud of how they serve you. And they don't want to see you stop living your life and go into a spiral of grief fixated on the fact that they're gone. They really want to say, like, hey, I came into you when you were going through your divorce and I loved you and I stood by you and I helped heal your heart. And then I died and you went into the same old spiral of loss and grief and you didn't live your life and you put it on somebody else to bring you out of your shell. You didn't do it on your own. They're thinking like, what did I even do this for? I came in and I brought this to you to elevate you, to heal you, to show you how to move forward, but you're not doing it now. So it's really important to understand that they always move you forward and they want to see the results. They want to see you continue to live your life. They want to see you loving yourself. They want to see you loving somebody new. They want to see you moving forward. They do not want to see you stay in grief and loss. Um, okay. So, and also the real gift of any pet that we love is unconditional love. And it's not just their unconditional love to us, but it's also in our ability to unconditionally love them. That's what really gets that vibration flowing when it's reciprocal and when we're loving them unconditionally so much. That is a true gift for us because our vibration raises, and that's how humans evolve. So it is such a blessing and such a gift, and all pets do that. So now we're going to go ahead and break into the 8 roles. And I would love to hear in the comments what your pet has been for you, what role they played in your family and in your life. Okay, so we have 8 different roles. We have the protector, the teacher, the placeholder, the purpose, the healer, the companion, the motivator, and the connector. And I'm going to talk just briefly about each one so you can clearly identify which role your pet has been playing in your life. And this doesn't matter if your pets are still living, you can definitely see what roles they're playing. Or if your pet has already passed, you can definitely tell now in retrospect what role they served for you. Okay, the first one, have you ever adopted a dog and found out that it was you who actually benefited from the walks? All of a sudden, you're getting in shape, you're walking, you're getting out in the fresh air, and having to take your dog for a walk. You think, oh, I'm doing it for them. They need the walk. But all of a sudden, you're getting all the benefits. That's a motivator. That type of animal comes into your life because they want to serve you in this way. And I can actually say that that's what happened with our dog Dexter. We did not take walks. It was freezing cold. We were living in Wisconsin. It was like so cold in winters. And all of a sudden, we found ourselves with this beautiful dog that needed to run. And my daughter and I at the time were like, oh my God, we better find an off leash dog park because he just resisted the leash. He wanted to run full out all the time. And we couldn't keep up with that. So we did find an off-leash dog park, but we'd have to go in the middle of winter, all winter, every day to get him his exercise and to let him go to the bathroom. So we would go there. We'd bundle up with scarves around our necks and hats and layers and snowsuits and everything because we're going into like below zero temperatures for quite a long walk so that he could do all his business. And what we realized from that is that my daughter and I started getting in pretty good shape and we were feeling better. We were moving our body. We were outside in the fresh air, although cold air. We were outside and we started realizing that our health improved and we wouldn't have been motivated to take those walks during the winter months unless we had a different reason. So that would be a motivator. You can apply that to anything in your life that you improved because your pet came into your life. That's the motivator role. There's others that, let's say you take your dog to a walk in the park, and that's where you meet your soulmate, your divine life partner. That's a connector. So your pet may be so cute that everyone wants to pet it, and then they come to you and start talking to you. You might get business transactions. You may find about a house for sale. You may, fall in love or meet your best friend. These animals are specifically known to be connectors, and their whole energy in your life serves you to connect with people that you're divinely meant to meet. Then there are the healers, and they teach you about how to nurture and care for yourself through nurturing and caring for them. So the very act of, being a caregiver, you have your pet and maybe they have sick days, or you're tuned in with their needs, and you learn how to fill that, and you're very loving and compassionate to them. That at the same time is teaching you how to do it for yourself. It's a skill. Love, the action of love is a skill. And so your pets are sometimes teaching you this, and they're healing you, allowing you to flow that energy of love again. So that is the healer role model. Then we have those pets that grow your patience because they're always naughty. They're always going pee in the house or scratching at the door or barking, and you love them anyway. And those particular pets really grow our patience so much. We have pets that are like afraid of fireworks, and we can anticipate, oh no, we need to shelter them or calm them down or hold them or take them somewhere else. So we are always anticipating their needs and their comfort level and forgiving, their flaws. Those are our teacher pets. They truly teach you unconditional love by not showing up perfect, by showing up with flaws and teaching you how to love anyway. Then we have the pets. Let's say, for instance, you do have an end of life experience with a pet, and you have a pet that's aging and, aches and pains, and maybe you're changing their food or massaging them or giving them special attention in whatever way that you do that. Taking care of a pet and going through the end of life experience with your pet can teach you how to actually become a better son or daughter and how to properly care for your aging parents. Those types of pets have a purpose. That's their role, is a purpose. And they're teaching it you through what you naturally are going to provide for them, but then you can overlay the same skills that you learned onto others around you. Then there's others, where you may adopt a pet and suddenly feel very inspired to get out in the world. You may wanna take your pet places, hiking, going out for not just out to walks, but going into town or going into restaurants that are dog friendly, and really getting out and doing a lot of things with your pet. Those pets, especially they come into your life as a companion to help you become more engaged with others. So they're kind of close to connectors, but really it's more of companion because when you have companionship, it's easier to go places. A lot of single people stay isolated and they're kind of shy and they're like, oh, I don't want to go to dinner and sit at the table by myself and eat. I don't want to go hiking by myself, or I don't want to go downtown alone because I have no one to talk to, and so they restrict themselves from doing fun, engaging things. But suddenly, when you have a pet in your life, you're like, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that. And you have a reason to do these things. And you also have the ability to connect with others around you easier because it's a natural segue when you have an adorable pet with you. Everyone sees you as more friendly and they want to talk to you. So that makes you feel a deeper sense of belonging wherever you go. So those particular pets, those are your companions, and they come to give you that kind of safe feeling within yourself so that you no longer isolate. They're walking beside you to help you walk into the world. Then we have pets where you will notice that they avoid certain people. You may have somebody come to your house and your dog barks incessantly at them, or A cat that totally avoids somebody, will not sit on their lap or go near them. They hide behind the sofa the whole time they're at your house. These are pets that are teaching you discernment because pets have a very accurate sense of energy detection. So when they can detect that something is off with a person, they will either avoid them or not like them. They won't trust them. So those pets are your protectors. And we can often learn from our pets because sometimes we're socialized out of our instincts, which means we may get the heebie jeebies around somebody, but then we'll mentally tell ourselves, well, that's just being rude. I should be nicer. I should be more welcoming. I should let this person come into my home. Nope. Your first instinct is more like your natural instinct, like the animals have. If you don't like somebody, please do not let them into your personal space. It's okay to have discernment. You do not have to allow your energy to connect with everybody, and certainly not into your home or your personal space. So follow the guidance of your animals that are serving the role as protector. If they do not like somebody, take note and start to make different choices about how much time you spend with them or if you ever spend time with them. And then the final one that we have, let's say that you adopt a kitten or an animal, randomly strolls into your house or into your life and you decide to start feeding them and you're like, "Oh, this is amazing. I now have an animal. I wasn't thinking about it, but I guess I'm a pet owner." And then they suddenly breeze out of your life just as quickly as they came into it. And it's kind of shocking and unsettling because you're like, Where did they go? I was just getting used to having one." Then all of a sudden you decide, hey, I kind of like that. Now I think I'm going to purposefully and intentionally go get a pet. Those are placeholders. And they come in to kind of create space in your life and to kind of pump your heart and give you the incentive to go and get a pet because they know you need one, but they're not the specific one that's going to stick around. Typically, placeholder cats are going to be strays. They're going to be very solo acts and they don't really need to connect with families for very long. So they're actually serving all the rest of the animals by coming in and out of your life rather quickly just to open you up and prepare you to become a pet owner. So, I would love to hear if you've reflected on this, if you can identify what your specific pets are. Let me know down in the comments. If you have multiple pets, let me know what they are because they're all different and they do serve a very big purpose. And there's one more that I'd like to mention. I did not write this one down. I wasn't sure if I wanted to cover it, but because we're talking about reconnect in the afterlife and grief, I have to share this one. So there's actually nine. This is the ninth one. Transition animals. That's when a pet comes into your life to help a family member transition or another pet in the family transition. They may come in and spend that healing companion time with you. They may hit a lot of the other roles and they may have come in just specifically to help you through this very difficult time when you're losing a loved one. Or they may have come into your life and then end up getting sick and needing to die at exactly the same time another animal in your family is dying. So they can either be there to comfort you through it or to transition with a human or an animal that they will die right around the same time as that person. Their spirit has come in and their role is a transitioner. And I have incurred this, I have experienced this. The first time I ran across it, it really surprised me. And it was when my sister had several animals and we had nurtured her elder dog for years and really extended his life, but it was finally time for him to pass. And 2 years previous to that, when she first started seeing signs that he was going to go, she adopted a kitten thinking, well, eventually when he goes, at least I'll have the kitten. And it was going to be heartbreaking and difficult anyways. She knew that, but she had adopted a new kitten thinking that'd give her an inspiration for new life and help her through the transition. But it actually ended up different. When her elderly dog was really ready to go, her kitten got sick and needed to go as well. and she was devastated. So when I got my connection with Creator, with God, I asked to be shown the truth of this because in my own being, in my own skills, and what I do for a living, I was like, let's heal the kitten. The kitten's young. We can heal the kitten. Let's let your elderly dog pass in peace, and then we'll put all our energy and focus on healing the kitten. Well, when I got my connection, God showed me his role, and he said, no, 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 no. The kitten came in as a transitioner to actually die with the elderly dog. And I was terrified to tell my sister about this because I thought this is going to just break her heart. Plus, she'll probably get really pissed at me. And it was the exact opposite. As soon as I said it, she got goosebumps up and down her entire body. And in her heart, she knew it was the truth. And so she prepared to have them both put down together, wrap them in the same blankie, and then have them buried together. So acknowledging your pet's role in your family is really, really important. It's really important to your pet that you honor the role that they came in for and that we don't impose our own ideologies on it. Don't force them into a role that they did not intend to come in for. So again, let me know which role your pets have played in your life, and also let me know if you've had a transition animal come into your life or into your family. I'd love to know all about it. Yes. Hi, Chris. I like your comment. Yes, illness and disease cannot exist in a high vibrational body. You're correct. And that's why it's so important for us to do our healing all along the way. Every disease and every illness has a certain vibration. And how it relates to this video is when we're not healing that, our poor little pets absorb it from us. So we always want to be on top of our game, healing our own body and healing our pets for the things that they took for us. So you guys, I just want to thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, give me a share, subscribe to my channel, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day.